Hello guys, good day. Welcome on this new short video on entrepreneurship. Today we are going to discuss the entrepreneurship and environment. So the impact of the environment on the entrepreneurship, okay, as the entrepreneurship process as itself. Okay, before I get started, don't forget to hit on the bell up there and subscribe to our channel and follow all our videos and training and book a private training. Also, we are ready to help assist at any time. You can ask your question in the comment section. We'll be there to reply, and also if necessary we will record a video on the topic that you want and try to enlighten you on the matter. Okay, so the entrepreneur and entrepreneurship and environment, this is still under the big topic of the nature of entrepreneurship. I mean here the environment, actually when we talk about entrepreneurship, there are two types of environment. Okay, so the external and the internal environment. Okay, these two environment actually affects the entrepreneurship as a whole. Okay, so at the process of entrepreneurship, once you get into it, these are some some factors that you will take into considerations, because they will directly, whether you like it or not, affect the business that you intend to run. Okay, let's quickly start with the external environment. In the external environment, you have the economic environment. The economic environment in which you live, the economic environment that where you want to invest really affects. That's why when you want to start a business, you need to do a market studies. Okay, the economic environment, is it easy to get a loan? Is it easy to with the taxes, with the bills and so on? That is what is so-called the economic environment. Also under the economic environment, you will see the ability of the people to buy or to consume. Okay, when you see in a population like when you go, people in the state, people tend to spend money, but in some African countries, people tend to keep their money. Okay, they don't like to spend. Okay, so you see that the mentality, the economic environment is not the same. The economic environment is not the same, where people like to spend for their own good, for their own self, and where people think that they should keep money. The economic environment is not the same. Also the legal environment, environment are all the all the legal rules and regulations that allow a company to run. Okay, these are very important, because at time you will reach a country or go somewhere, and you want to do your business, and all the time they will be running after you for this tax, for this and that. So at the end, they will not favor the business, and you might end up closing just because of the legal environment. Okay, so be very careful with the legal environment. And also the third one under the external environment is the political environment. Okay, the political environment, is it stable or not? Okay, it is stable. If there's a certain stability in the country, then it will attract investors. But once you don't have that stability, then investors will tend to run away, which is very normal, because no one wants to invest. It doesn't make sense if you invest and the next day they come and burn down the shop or burn down your company. How will you do? So be very careful when investing. Okay, so study the political environment very well. The sociocultural environment, is also the social and the cultural environment in which you are. Okay, so the sociocultural environment, this is the environment of the social life. Okay, how do they consider life? How do they do their things? Okay, that is the social environment. And the culture of the people, do they what do they consume? What are their consumption abilities? Okay, how do they consume? What do they consume? Okay, there are cultures. When you have a culture like where they tend to celebrate Christmas, alright? Okay, for example, if you sell goods that are highly consumed during Christmas, like like tools for kids, okay? You buy those tools and offer to them, they will consume, okay? You see that they will consume, then at that time you will make big sales, okay? So consider the environment. In a Muslim country, for example, if you are selling or you are doing business, you are offering a service during the Ramadan period, for example, you have to take into consideration that and know that that's the moment where you will sell a particular type of product. You will sell it at very well, okay? And the demographic environment, okay, the demographic environment is the mass of the population. The more you have the population, the more amenable you are to sell your goods, a particular type of good to the people, okay? Like when you take a country like Egypt, the population is high, is big, I mean, so you can sell better, you know. The sales will be higher than if you are selling in a country like Swaziland where people are not many, okay? So we are done with the external environment. Now let's discuss the internal environment. When I mean internal environment, I mean the factors which depend from the company that you itself, okay? The company which are directly related, like the raw material, the availability of the raw material, okay? Is the raw material available, yes or no? If the raw material is available, then you can easily establish your company. If the raw material is not available, how will you do? Or if it is available at a very long distance, that how will you do? You will have to think about where to get the raw material and have it. If it is not, the availability is not stable, then you will turn. I've seen some companies where they actually start cultivate their own raw material, okay? They produce the raw material before they can run, okay? To encourage that fit of the raw material, to have it on a stable basis. Also, the production energy, is the energy stable? You know, is it stable? If it is not stable, then the company will have problems all the time. And I think in many African countries, that's what is keeping or is holding them from development, because the electricity is not stable. At any time they will seize the light and your company will just stop operating. So be very careful, be vigilant when starting a company. Also, the finances, okay? The finance available? The finance that you have, is it enough to run on 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years? Think about it, the finance, before you run the company, before you start the business. Okay, the human resources, at hand, is it enough? Okay, the human resource you have at hand, is it, the people that you have, are they qualified, are they skilled, and are they motivated, are they committed to do the job? So make sure you do not hire the cheap people, but the qualified and skilled, experienced people to do the job, okay? Don't look for the as I usually say, the cheap human resource. No, look for the qualified and experienced people and run your business with them, and you will see the turnout. So overall, these are the two external and internal uh, um, environments which affect environmental factors, I mean, which affect the entrepreneurship process, okay? Okay, feel free to ask your question in the comment section. We will reply as soon as possible. I'm Dr. Engineer Ken. I'm here to help assist or book your private training. At any time, we will be there. Follow the links or send a message to us directly on WhatsApp, and we will reply. Take good care of yourself. See you next time. Bye-bye.